Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta. Well, the Indian ice cream market is expected to experience a strong double-digit growth as summer kicks in early this year. The classic flavors of vanilla and chocolate continue to rule the market. However, there's been a gradual shift in consumer preferences as they become health conscious and seek low-fat, high-protein and sugar-free variants. India is also witnessing a rising adoption of plant-based and dairy-free ice creams that cater to lactose-intolerant consumers and vegan lifestyles. Ice cream consisting dry fruits, superfoods and probiotics are also in demand, not just in metros but also in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Well, how much sales do ice cream makers expect to scoop up this summer season? Let's start with Amul. Joining us on the show to discuss this is company's MD, Jayen Mehta. Mr. Mehta, hi, thank you so much for joining in. Well, how are you looking at and what are your numbers anticipated for ice cream demand in this summer that started way early in the month of Feb this time?
It's been a fantastic season, and ever since February, since we witnessed early summer this year, February, March, April, and the coming 3 months also, we're seeing a very, very good growth, not just high double digit, something more than 35-40% also year on year, month on month is the kind of growth they are witnessing in the ice cream business.
Mr. Mehta, what is the annual sales expectation this time around? You're looking at an year-on-year growth, yes, but what is that you're looking at as annual number this time?
The overall numbers should be pretty good. It's just the beginning of this financial year. Last financial year, we closed at about 66,000 crores. So now we are officially the largest FMCG company in the country with a turnover which is 10% more than the closest multinational who was all this while leading this business. In the dairy business and the ice cream and the beverages business, thanks to a good summer and marriage season and the festive season coinciding, we expect a good quarter as far as the growth in the business is concerned overall, which is April to May, June quarter. And subsequently also considering the momentum that we have with the success of the launch of the new products, the expansion in our distribution, the efforts in brand building and advertising that's been happening, we expect to close this year at a turnover between 75 to 80,000 crores. And Amul brand definitely will cross a turnover of 1 lakh crore rupees by the end of fiscal 25-26.
Mr. Mehta, you've talked about various innovations in the sense of variety or taste and flavor. What is it new that the Amul is looking to launch this time around for its consumers?
Well, the consumers always expect something new in these categories, which are largely impulse. Now also consumed a lot at home, thanks to the Q-commerce and online delivery platforms. So we launch as many as 20-25 new products in ice creams, about 8 to 10 new categories and products in beverages with the 10 rupee True gaining a lot of traction. We are launching a 10 rupee buttermilk pack also to cash on the growth opportunities in the 10 rupee pricing segment of the beverages. Similarly, a new range of protein products being launched, multiple formats of ice creams being launched. We launched high protein ice cream kulfi also last week, and a variety of products across multiple categories that we operate in, be it organics or be it probiotics or be it even ghee, where we launched Deshi cow ghee variant in our entirely strong ghee range also. So obviously innovation is the name of the game. Consumers want products which meet their requirement. Sometimes they speak about it, sometimes they don't. But as a brand, it's our job to keep innovating.
Well, in addition of all of these 2025 new flavors that you're coming out with, you've also come out with ice cream lounges. You also are not just in India, but you've taken the brand India abroad with Amul. What kind of growth are you seeing in India, in all of these countries outside India? And are these Trump tariffs impacting you at all?
Yes, our launch in US, which happened exactly a year back on the 1st of May, has been pretty successful. We are perhaps the only brand of milk available across the length and breadth of the United States, right from California to New York and Chicago to Houston. So available in more than 35 states of the United States of America. We launched buttermilk also. We launched high protein milk. We launched dahi also in the US to add to our already strong portfolio of butter, cheese, ghee, chicken that we've been exporting for more than 25 years. So that is one foray which has been doing very well. We are looking at other geographies also to expand. The tariff war has actually given us a window of opportunity because there are several countries who are not very happy with the high tariffs imposed by the US, and US is the second largest exporter of dairy products in the world. So we sense a huge opportunity of their markets coming into our fold, and we've already started working in that direction.
You've talked about US, but any other geographies that you can share with us on the same and where you are looking forward to also expanding now?
I think the entire neighborhood, be it the Middle East, be it Southeast Asia, be it Sub-Saharan Africa, all these regions are in close proximity to India and obviously India is the largest producer of milk in the world, and the growth in the dairy business in the country will give us this opportunity to be a dairy to the world. And the tariff war will be one additional opportunity which will give an impetus to these efforts.
Mr. Mehta, I want to come back to India and the Indian summer now. And apart from ice creams, there is also about flavored curd, milk beverages, which also come in so many flavors. Now, what is, as a category, how is that growing? And what numbers are you seeing in terms of percentage there? How are you also innovating within this space?
The curd, the buttermilk market and the beverages market all have been growing at a very, very good growth. I mean, I can say about confidently 25 to 35% growth has been consistently happening year on year in each of these product categories. We are driving growth in newer markets, and the existing markets also are witnessing a huge growth. Again, as I mentioned, the early onset of summer and the fact that we converted our entire 3 million liters of day buttermilk into probiotic buttermilk at no extra cost to customers is giving us a huge growth as far as the volumes are concerned. Consistency in consumption, people are never dropping out of this category, and this is what is the advantage of Amul in helping build the immunity and health of our country. The beverage portfolio also is pretty strong with more than 100 SKUs. The protein beverage category is added on to the salience of this category and its traction amongst the youth and the protein conscious market of the country, and creating huge ripples thanks to innovative pricing, innovative product range, and of course our direct to consumer interaction with this channel. So we are witnessing a good growth, and we are actually increasing our capacity of protein beverages by 5x starting from May onwards. So this is the huge opportunity in the entire beverage space that we are witnessing and working on very hard.
Just coming back to protein and more health categories there, and would you say that fresh fruits, dry fruits, low fat, sugar-free, gluten-free, all of that is being incorporated as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, wherever possible, we make the products fat-free, reduce the sugar content. Obviously, most of the offerings are lactose-free these days. And probiotics is what we're trying to include in as many things as possible. So the health indicators in genuine delivery format is what Amul's effort to grow the segment and reach out to a larger number of people in a very big way. So that's been our efforts in developing the yogurt portfolio, developing the beverages portfolio, developing the ice cream portfolio, and a whole host of products which people consume in their daily lives.
Mr. Mehta, apart from the ice creams and the beverages and the global expansions that you spoke about, what else is in the pipeline for Amul now? We do understand that organics clearly has been the latest addition here. What all is happening onto that one?
The efforts in building the organics market has been going on pretty well. We launched organic tea recently, organic sugar also, and a big range of entire organic spices also is coming up very shortly. So now today we have almost a very strong portfolio of everyday consumption items in our kitchen into Amul organic format. The backward linkage with the farmers is going on very well. And obviously the consumer interface is also going on very well. So this is one additional pillar to what we've been doing in the conventional categories, apart from the butter, cheese, ghee, shrikhand, ice creams, beverages, and so on and so forth. But this will give us a very good presence in the households. The trust which Amul has in giving quality products, and that too certified organic, lab tested organic, will add on to the consumption basket items in every single household of the country. And this will lead to overall growth, not just in the business, but also the well-being of the farmers who are associated with us.
Mr. Mehta, no conversation is complete without talking about milk prices. And we do understand that the prices have been volatile. There has been an increase as well when it comes to procurement. So what's next on that for Amul when it comes to milk prices? And of course, that going on for other products as well.
We've held on to the milk prices since last June. In fact, a few months back, we did reduce the price of the 1 liter pack also. So given the impact of the summer, there are quite a few states in which we have seen the increase in prices of the dairy products. And we have been holding on to this to see that the consumers are not affected by any increase in price of milk or milk products. But there is a pressure of inflation, the pressure on the feed, water, and other resources. But we keeping ourselves at the moment at a steady level.
All right. Mr. Mehta, as always, thank you so much for being with us. Well, that's Amul for you, saying that 35 to 40% of an increase in ice cream sales anticipated in this season. And they're, of course, coming out with various other products. And as he said, within the FMCG category, they are now the biggest company in the country. Well, from Amul, let's now shift focus to Hocco, joining on the company's MD Ankit Chona with us now. Ankit, hi, thank you so much for joining in. As Mr. Mehta said, that 35 to 40% of an increase in sales is what they're anticipating. Can that be expected across segment for the country?
So, first of all, a very good afternoon, Manisha, and thank you for having me. Yeah, so I think from whatever we are hearing from overall the consumers and from the trade and all, it is, I believe that high double-digit growth is what the industry is experiencing. We being just about, this is our second summer, so we're experiencing almost a 300% growth in our overall sales. So, because we just started out, last year was our first summer, and the only thing that is stopping us from growing further is our own capacity. So clearly there is a significant increase in demand for ice creams this summer.
Ankit, talk to us about on what the consumer really seems to be wanting right now. I mean, from fruits to superfruits to lactose-free to fat-free, there's just so many requirements right now coming in, so much that the consumer is wanting right now. Are you able to deliver it all?
So obviously the market is divided into various subcategories, and while health is a very important space to be in, it's still a very, very small part of the overall ice cream industry, according to us. So we are going to shift focuses there. Right now, we play more in the indulgent category, and that is probably about 95% of this category. Having said that, the health conscious category was non-existent about 10 years ago, and now it makes up about 5%. So it's clearly growing at a much faster pace, but it's still in the niche and niche segment right now. So we also have we have a sugar-free range, and we are in the process of developing a vegan and sugar-free range as well. That is the need of the hour, and that actually is growing very fast on the quick commerce platforms. Where there is a little more price elasticity, and and that's where the overall demand we are seeing a surge in the health conscious space.
Ankit, coming on, Ankit, coming on the distribution part of it as well, because we've seen that also spread out quite strongly in the last 10 years, as you mentioned, because from supermarkets to ice cream parlors to convenience stores, now on website, on e-commerce and quick commerce, and there's just various ways of consuming ice creams. How are you spread out?
So, as I said, a few years ago, quick commerce was a non-existent category. Now, I would say for overall the ice cream industry, almost 20% of the revenue is coming from quick commerce. So it's a very important category for all of us. And more importantly, since it's a new category, I think there's the learning curve has been very steep. This summer, we are seeing that even all the companies, Zepto, Instamart, Blinkit, they all have upped their overall storage capacities and even their last mile delivery, which is very critical for ice creams. So I think that has been a big game changer this summer. So their volume growth has also helped us overall. As far as the general trade and modern trade is concerned, even that continues to see some growth. But overall, I think the game changer for the ice cream industry has been quick commerce in the last couple of years.
Talking about the organized and the unorganized market as well, the latest data shows that organized market now consists of 60% and seems to be growing more. So people do have a recall here and they go by brands, would you say? And that really helps the segment.
No, of course. I think in every category in India, I would say that there is a significant shift from unorganized to organized, and I think the COVID phase actually expedited that shift to the organized sector, and I think ice cream was also the organized sector of ice cream was also a beneficiary of that. What also happened is a lot of the unorganized players actually landed up upping their overall production capacities and moving to the organized sector. So I would say that the growth of the organized sector in ice cream is more than double of that of the unorganized sector, and it is actually led by a lot of automation. The overall economies of scale that really helps the cost, and so therefore there is not too much of a difference in cost between the two, and so obviously then the consumer would want to pick a branded product over an unbranded product.
Oh, absolutely. Ankit, how would you look at the demand growth? Because when you look at those numbers globally, India perhaps is one of the lowest consuming in sense of ice cream as a category. I mean, when you look at China and Japan and the US and New Zealand, the numbers are really huge.
I'm a third generation ice cream entrepreneur, and I've heard this all my life growing up that India is the lowest consumer of ice cream in the world. So obviously, that makes it even more exciting, and there is significant room for growth there. And I feel that, and therefore India is, while India might be the lowest consumer of ice cream per capita, it is definitely the fastest growing ice cream country in the world. The consumption story here is very much here to stay for the next at least couple of decades. So we are all very excited about it. And I said this last time also, with the infrastructure really, keeping up with the growth of the economy, I think that's really helping the ice cream industry. Power was non-existent in a lot of tier 3, tier 4 cities and villages in India about a decade ago. And that all has changed drastically. Today, you get ice creams in every nook and corner of the country. And even with the road infrastructure improving, I think overall, that has really, really given a huge boost to the overall the frozen food industry in the country.
Oh, absolutely. Ankit, thank you so much for joining in and making sense of what really India seems to be doing. And I get your point, yes, while the numbers are the lowest, but as you said, the growth is quite strong, and we perhaps are looking at stronger numbers as we go on from here. Appreciate your time here. Well, on that note, it's time for a break, but don't go anywhere. We will discuss precious metals on the other side. Joining us would be Peter McQuarrie.